Hi friends, your favorite witch is back with a game that all my fellow bibliophiles are sure to love. Now bibliophile might be a big word for our friend Harper here, so let me explain. A bibliophile is someone who loves books and is always in search of their next cozy adventure. And while our coven might thrive on chaos, every now and then we slow down and sink into something classically cozy. Cozy games at their core are all about comfort, and for me, comfort has always come in the form of books. Today, we're diving into Tiny Bookshop, a game that doesn't just hit every cozy mark, it rekindled a feeling I'd almost forgotten. It brought back memories of my favorite childhood stories, reignited my love of reading, and somehow tapped into the feeling I used to get from the Accelerated Reader program back in the day. This review has taken me a while to write because truthfully, I'm not ready for it to be over. I'm so close to finishing the game and I'm savoring every last moment. When a game touches me this deeply, the review usually becomes my send-off, a love letter and a goodbye. But in this case, I'm not quite ready to put this one back on the shelf. So I thought I'd go ahead and give Tiny Bookshop the spotlight it deserves. Before we get started, I also want to thank Lurkit for inviting me to be a part of the launch campaign and gifting me a code for this game. Tiny Bookshop is a cozy business management sim set in the charming seaside town of Buxtonbury, a place that feels like it's been plucked straight from the pages of a novel. You play as a bookseller running a mobile bookshop out of a cozy trailer that you can customize over time to fit your unique style and needs. Each morning, you choose where to park your trailer, maybe down by the beach where the kids wander and collect seashells, or at the Megamart where the locals love a good true crime mystery. You stock your shelves, open your doors, and spend the day helping townsfolk find the perfect book. Some come looking for escape, others for comfort, a few just want someone to talk to. It's a simple and heartfelt game, with one of the most unexpectedly nostalgic gaming experiences I've had in a long time. The gameplay loop is simple: stock, sell, chat, repeat. But Tiny Bookshop manages to make that simplicity feel more like a ritual. The more time you spend in Buxtonbury, the more the town wraps around your heart like a warm blanket. There are no timers or real sales quotas. This game gently invites you to slow down, to savor the quiet moments, and to remember what it felt like to fall in love with stories for the first time. Tiny Bookshop really does check every cozy box. First, there's the townsfolk. The people of Buxtonbury aren't just generic tropes. They're the heart of the whole experience. Each one has their own quirks, routines, and little storylines that make them feel like real neighbors. We have Harper, our ambitious know-it-all, who hasn't quite figured out what she wants to be when she grows up. Then there's Fern, the shy journalist, currently battling a creative block, and Tildy, the retired bookshop owner who definitely knows this business better than we do. The game helps you get to know each one by sending you on quests that slowly reveal each of their personalities. Each quest draws you deeper into their world, and before long, you start feeling like a local yourself. These quests are not filler. Each one is a heartwarming storyline that feels more like a small act of kindness. The kind of errand you'd run for a friend just because you care. You get the sense that your book recommendations matter. It's never just about a sale. You are helping someone reconnect with a piece of themselves through the right story. And if you're lucky, you will get to witness some amazing moments of healing and discovery, and maybe even experience a few of your own. The gameplay feels so intimate, like you're recommending a treasure to a friend. The more you play, the clearer it becomes that Tiny Bookshop isn't really a business sim at all. It's a game about connection. It's about being that person who delivers stories to the people who need them most. And sometimes, taking the wheel of the narrative yourself when life calls for a little direction. It's cozy in the truest sense. Not just comfortable, but communal. The kind of comfort that comes from knowing your presence in this little world actually matters. You start your morning by choosing a location for your shop. At first, you'll be parked along the waterfront, but soon you'll have your pick of many cozy corners across Buxtonbury. Each spot draws a slightly different crowd. The beach brings families and athletes. The lighthouse attracts the drama nerds. Based on their taste, you decide how to stock your shelves. Do you fill them with comforting romances and children's tales? Or do you take a chance on a few dusty tomes of philosophy and sci-fi epics? Your shelf space is limited, so every decision matters. Next comes my favorite part, setting the mood. You can decorate and personalize your trailer, turning it into the mobile bookstore of your dreams. Maybe you hang ivy garlands and vintage lamps for a soft, whimsical vibe, or decorate with a sleek and more modern look. I went full emo. These little design choices aren't just for aesthetics. They subtly shape how customers feel about your shop and even affect your sales. It's the perfect mix of creativity and strategy, part interior design sim, part cozy capitalism. Once your little trailer is dressed up and ready for the day, the customers will start rolling in. Some will quietly browse, flipping through covers until something speaks to them. Others will ask for help. I'm looking for something short but adventurous. Or, do you have anything from the 19th century? That's when things get delightfully nerdy. You scroll through your current inventory, reading the blurbs, the authors, and the dates, trying to match them up with what your customer needs. When you make the right call, they light up. And sometimes, they even gift you a new trinket or a decoration for your shop. It's a simple gameplay loop, but it scratches the same cozy, brain-tickling itch as mixing the perfect potion in Potion Craft, or brewing someone's ideal drink in Coffee Talk. It's that blend of cozy and challenge, where the stakes are low, but the satisfaction is high. Each successful match feels like a small act of intuition, a reminder that stories can be medicine when offered at the right moment. One of my favorite touches in Tiny Bookshop is that it doesn't just fill the shelves with made-up titles. Many of the books are real, everything from classic literature to contemporary favorites, and a few surprising deep cuts. You'll see familiar author names and recognizable summaries that will help you decide what to recommend. Each request becomes a tiny quiz in disguise, a way to test how well you know your genres, your authors, and sometimes even your own reading habits. That's where the nostalgia really hit me. I felt like I was back in grade school, racing through my reading list for the Accelerated Reader program. That little thrill of finishing a book and proving you truly understood it. Except this time the test came wrapped in cozy music, ocean vibes, and a cup of tea. As I played, I started recognizing stories that I hadn't thought about in years. Books that first made me fall in love with reading. It reminded me that literature isn't just about chasing points or grades. It's about connection. The right book at the right moment can change how someone sees themselves, or even the world. Tiny Bookshop captures that feeling perfectly. Every recommendation, every satisfied customer feels like a quiet celebration of why stories matter. The vibe of Tiny Bookshop is exactly what you'd hope for in a cozy game. Calm and deeply comforting without ever feeling boring. Buxtonbury itself feels like the kind of seaside town you could happily get lost in for days. Like a place that exists between pages. A town small enough to know everyone, but still full of quiet mysteries. The art style leans into soft pastels and clean lines, with just enough texture to make every corner feel lived in. Tiny details, like the changing seasons and the schedules, give the whole town a quiet rhythm of its own. The soundtrack ties it all together perfectly. It's gentle and reflective, full of mellow tones and ambient hums. The kind of music that melts into the background until suddenly you realize you've been sitting in the same spot for hours. And that's really the magic of this game. It's easy to slip into the rhythm of the town. You're not rushing towards an objective. You're just there, lingering, living in the moment. Before you realize it, you spent hours in Buxtonbury. That's the mark of a truly great cozy game. It never demands your time, but it makes you want to stay. It invites you to slow down, breathe, And remember that joy and adventure can still be found in quiet moments. Tiny Bookshop feels deeply personal. On the surface, it's about stocking shelves, arranging your trailer, and recommending books. But underneath all of that, it's really about connection to the townsfolk, to the stories, and ultimately to yourself. I found myself feeling disappointed anytime I didn't recommend the right book for my favorite townie. I wanted nothing more than to brighten their day with the right inspiration. I didn't expect a cozy sim to reignite my love of literature. I found myself jotting down titles to revisit in real life. Each interaction reminded me that books, just like games, are vessels for empathy and feeling. They allow us to step into someone else's world, to see through their eyes, if only for a brief moment. And in that way, Tiny Bookshop isn't just cozy. It's nourishing and restorative. It's therapy. It's the kind of game that leaves you thinking long after you close shop for the day. A gentle reminder of why stories and the people who share them matter so much. If you love books and cozy games, Tiny Bookshop is absolutely worth your time. It's relaxing, heartfelt, and full of love for stories, for books, and for the people who read them. Whether you're drawn to the gameplay, the charming townsfolk, or the quiet joy of rediscovering books, this little game delivers on all fronts. Tiny Bookshop isn't just cozy, it's quietly profound. It was a reminder of why stories matter, both the ones we play and the ones we read. It shows that fulfillment doesn't always come from grand achievements, but from building something with care, piece by piece, with the help of those around us. This game reminded me what it feels like to fall in love with the simple things all over again. Thank you so much for joining me for this look at Tiny Bookshop, and thanks again to Lurkit for providing me a code to review this amazing game. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more cozy game adventures, and tell me in the comments, what's the first book you remember falling in love with? I'd love to hear all about your favorite stories. Until next time, happy reading, happy gaming, and I hope you find a moment to find joy in the simple things.